Now, before I get started with this video, I would like to thank my boy, Miguel Rosado the Great, for hooking me up with that intro that you saw before the video. If you like his work, check him out as well. I have a link in the description to Pixel Theater, where he brings you every week. He brings you a 30-minute mashup, gateway digital escape of video game intros, openings, cutscenes, music, all that mashed together for your viewing pleasure. And again, I can't thank him enough for hooking me up with that intro. If you like him, you like me, and we got lots more for you guys, be sure to check out the Born to Be Different podcast network, which is also in the link in the description. So without further ado, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Infrared Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report as I bring you an anime review of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans episode 23. One thing that Gundam has done really well, especially with this series, has been pacing. And this episode set just the right pace. I mean, we had the death of Biscuit one episode. The next episode, we got a chance to chill out and just mourn for an entire episode. This episode was beast mode the entire way through as they go on their mission to get to their destination and to avenge Biscuit. We're in episode 23. I know this is set for 25 episodes, so we got 2 episodes to go, and it's not disappointing. It don't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So without further ado, let's get on to the episode, which starts off with Carta Issue pretty much back getting chewed out for her loss to Tekkadan, but she was granted another chance as we find out that Gjallarhorn knows about the path that Tekkadan was taking from Alaska to Edmonton, and we find out that it was McGillis who told them where exactly Tekkadan was going. So Carta's given another chance to take them out and redeem herself. On her way to her suit or wherever she was going, she runs into McGillis, who then we find out that they have a little bit of backstory as we've learned before, but we find out that Carta is the only daughter of the 7 stars. And McGillis is only a Farid by last name, so it seems like he is an illegitimate child. So I know he's our resident mask character for this series, so I wonder if they're going for a direct or an indirect parallel of making him more along the lines of Char Aznable from the classic Gundam, where maybe the main reason that McGillis is doing what he's doing in the mass persona is probably for the true intentions of his true family or something like that, just like we saw with Char in the older Gundams. So he basically goes over his backstory and just says how he does respect her. He's always looked up to her, and she has to be one of the shining lights of Gjallarhorn. After we go to that part of things, we also catch up with Tekkadan. Now that Tekkadan only has 20 mobile suits, and the Ahab reactors are restricted use on Earth. So that sets them at a disadvantage because that would kind of take them out of using mobile suits at all, but they still had the Barbatos and the rest of them on deck. So I didn't really understand what they meant by that. Also, we see Meribit. She stops Orga and tries to tell him that maybe they should turn around. She was kind of on the thing that Biscuit was talking about, like maybe they should turn around or at least have to keep the younger kids out. But then she stopped by the younger kids by saying this is our decision to go on this and see what's going on, because if we don't get vengeance for Biscuit, then we're not going to be able to sleep at night, or we're going to live with this suffering that we never got a chance to pretty much take care of. So from there, we move back to Gjallarhorn and we see Galileo, and he is in front of Ayn, who is now encased inside of a Gray's Gundam or a Gray's mobile suit in order to survive. And he's still hell-bent on avenging Crank. So it doesn't make Galileo happy, but he has a conversation with Farid, who basically tells him that he did the best thing for Ayn in this situation, and he mentions that Galileo, Ayn, and Carta Issue, they're the shining lights that Gjallarhorn needs. He mentions and questions Galileo as far as his morals, and says that knowing how corrupt Gjallarhorn is, he's surprised that he stays so pure. So I wonder if he's going to try to recruit those 3 to his side of things and try to raise an uprising against Gjallarhorn itself. That would be pretty interesting to see. I would like to see where they're going. They haven't really got into the methods that Farid is trying to do in his mass persona. So after we get that, we shift back to Tekkadan a little bit, and we find out that Mika tells Orga that before Biscuit died, he did share with Mikazuki that he changed his mind about leaving Tekkadan. He had some time to think about it. He hashed it out, and he put his complete trust into Orga. But of course, before anything came from that, Biscuit died. So hearing that, it ignited another fire under Orga. He's more confident about what he wants to do now. He can rest a little bit easy knowing that Biscuit wasn't still mad at him before he died. And things pick up from here. This is the second half of the episode, and on their way to the destination, Tekkadan's train is ambushed by Carter. She is there along with two other mobile suits, and she gives Tekkadan a proposition. She says, we'll have a 3-on-3 mobile suit battle, me and two of my units against three of yours. And I must admit that Carta's mobile suit looks pretty badass. I mean, I like the sleek look of her grays with the regal cape on it and the sword. It looks freaking awesome. I mean, I wouldn't pick this boy up as soon as I finished watching the first episode, or shortly after, whenever it was available. This is now called the Beast Mode Gundam. I don't call it the Gundam Barbatos anymore. To me, this is the Beast Mode Gundam. So with that being said, again, Carta issue, she gives them a 30-minute ultimatum. You know, everyone's pumped for it, especially Akihiro, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the other guy's name that has the mobile suit right now. It's like every time I remember, it always slips my mind. But they're hyped up. But as soon as she announces what the ultimatum is, she says that if you guys lose, you have to give us Makanai, you have to give us Kudelia and surrender, but if you win, we let you pass. As soon as she finished saying that, here comes Beast Mode Mikazuki right in with the Gundam Barbatos, like, screw this, I'm not waiting 30 minutes if I can just take you all out now. He crushes the competition. He takes out the other two soldiers that Carter has with him. He even stomps the head of one of the other ones and just leaves her by himself. So now you just have Mikazuki and Carter issue fighting each other. He still has that big hammer clamp type thing that he had. And at this point, you know, Akihiro and the other dude, they're kind of bummed out because they said, well, now Mikazuki took everybody out, so we don't have anybody to fight. Of course, Orga's more than pleased with that, saying that we made a declaration that anybody that gets in our way is crushed, and that's his objective. That's Mikazuki's focus now, is just to make sure that we get to our destination no matter what. Once again, Maribel's outside, and she sees some of the younger kids cheering on Mikazuki, and she tries to get them to safety, but they tell her no. We don't want to leave. We want to stay here. We need to see this. We need to see Mika fight. We need to see Biscuit get avenged. This is what we're here for. We need this. So even though she doesn't seem too happy with that, she decides to just let them watch anyway. Again, Mika wrecks Carter once again, takes her out, tears off her arm, tears up his suit. He's going for the kill because he says, last time I let you live, you got in my way. You're here again. I'm not making that mistake again. As he's going for the strike, Carter's saved by another mobile suit. We see the Gundam Chimera show up, and which is piloted by Galileo. He rescues her just in time and whisks her off the way. In the midst of Mikazuki getting ready to kill Carter, she was begging for McGillis to come save her, but instead she got Galileo. As he's whisking her away, she keeps saying, McGillis, I'm sorry, forgive me. And he doesn't have the heart to tell her that he's not McGillis, so he just accepts it and says that everything is going to be okay. We're going to get you back and we're going to heal you, which also makes me wonder, is he going to put her through the same thing that they did with Ayn? Because it looks like she can die at any minute. So I wonder if they're going to put her through the same thing with Ayn and encase her inside of her grace in order to save her life somehow. And from there, we pretty much get Orga once again declaring that anybody that gets in our way will be crushed. We are Tekkadan, we're not taking any crap, and we're moving forward. That leads us to the end of the episode. there's only 2 episodes left, and the preview of next episode looks like we're going to get into a battle once again. So I can pretty much say that at least next episode and probably half of the final episode is going to pretty much be battle heavy. I remember seeing on Anime News Network that it is going to be another season of this, but I wonder if we're going to go straight to the new season, or are we going to get a break between the cores? So yeah, that was episode 23 in a nutshell. Hit up the comments, let me know what you guys think. I mean, I have a few theories myself. Like, what do you think Fareed's intentions are? Do you think he's going to start taking people from Gjallarhorn to build his uprising? What do you want to know more about as far as his backstory? Do you think he is more like Char Aznable, where he is really fighting for the side of his true lineage? What is he up to? It's still kind of in the dark, which pretty much makes him the masked character of this Gundam. Also, Mikazuki. What do you think about Mikazuki in the Beast Mode Gundam? I can tell you that Mika is my all-time favorite Gundam character right now. I say that with no reservations at all. He is my all-time favorite Gundam. Even though he doesn't take any crap, he's robotic, kind of like how Hero and Setsuna were in 00. But you can also see the development of his character as well, that even though he still has that same objective robotic mind, it seems a little bit more fluid, because now his reason for doing it is to make sure that Tekkadan gets back. Something that Orga mentioned in the episode is that we don't have anywhere to go back to, but we do have a destination to get to together. So again, that's the episode in a nutshell. Let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, if you guys like this video, please do drop it a like. And if you would like to hear more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. So thank you all for watching the Scott Report. This is your boy Infrared, signing out.